during our tabulation audit. So that will be signed and sent to the state.
Okay, and, okay, sounds good.
Move on to the certification of the election. I'll let our auditor, Charlie Christian, minute.
Yes, correct. Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Issued an unmodified opinion that the commission is searching that the county system used for the 2024 election operates correctly and accurately and performing functions for which they intend to accomplish in respect. Particularly throughout home with the confiscation on the county behalf.
Sounds good. Entertain a motion to approve the election audit as presented.
So moved.
Motion made. Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
So on the agenda is just the certification of election results. Those have been prepared and sent down from the coordinator's office. You should all have viewed them this morning. That's the audit. The certification of results is the other. So just make sure all members sign that certification. That's the official certifying all the votes that were cast for the November 5th election.
Chris is the only one. I don't think
She signed it in the wrong spot.
Okay, good. She signed it wrong. Yep, that's, just look where your name is and let's need to sign there and then sign it.
Right. And as those are going around to be signed, we'll move on to election expenses. Expenses for this election came in at $600, $104.76. Was it historic turnout, especially during early voting? A lot of that is labor. The majority is labor. $487 is labor from early voting, staffing, and poll workers, because we staffed in preparation for a record turnout that was prepared for voters. So there was little wait times, even though there were lines. We had plenty of staff and we were prepared for the additional turnout. So that's included there on the labor cost for that. And like I said, total $104.76. And the commission would just sign off on these. And I believe the chair and secretary are the only ones required to sign the community expense.
Yes.
So everyone else would sign the main expenses, and just the chair and secretary sign off on the municipality.
Okay, so, okay, good. Chair, motion to approve the election expense as submitted by Scott.
So moved.
Motion made second.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Listen, Ruth. Tabulation audit has already been.
Let's see. Yeah, everyone sign that. Chris can sign that as well.
Okay, and this is certification of election.
That's the tabulation item.
Tabulation audit.
So do I?
Yep. Okay, here's the tabulation audit. The Collegedale election, Scott.
Yes, sir. Just an update. The results we did certify a tie for third place in the city of Collegedale election for their commission. So what that means is it will go back to the city of Collegedale, to their 5-member board. They have casting the deciding vote, or in the alternative, they may call to have a runoff between the tied candidates. That goes back to this body has no input on what they decide. It follows TCA on that, and that's where that stands. We've been in contact with the city and the candidates out there we provided estimates, what it would cost to election. We will try our best, and the city of Collegedale agrees to have a runoff that it will be held with the March City of Chattanooga election to cut down on election expenses for that election.
That is the city's decision whether they hold an election or they do an appointment.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Okay,
And
sounds,
we have confirmed that with Coordinator Goins as well.
okay. Sounds good.
City election, I just talked about that a second ago, but this, we're currently in their qualifying period for mayor and all council seats. They're qualifying December 19th at noon. Their election, of course, is March 4th, 2025. And that's currently in motion now. That's the election that we have to hold here in Hamilton County.
Okay. Going, leading up to that.
Our next meeting, barring any exception, meetings will be the second Wednesday in January, I believe is what we're going to. That date, I believe, is January 4th.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 15th, I'm sorry. So the 15th will be when we meet again to with the city and all that. So we need to meet sometime that week. Deadline is that Saturday, so.
Okay, good.
Sounds. The business is just review registrations. We'll need one commissioner from each party to stay and review the registration for the fourth quarter check. We've completed 3 other quarters, but we need to do one more to finish out this year.
Okay,
Those computers are set up front as usual.
Okay. Sounds good. I was told that we have a couple people that would like to address the commission this morning. If so, we're in a orderly fashion. Step up to the mic, and we'll be glad to answer any questions we can. Yes, sir.
Thank you. My name is Tim Adams.
Adams?
Tim.
Tim Adams. Hey, Tim.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know, I'm a watcher this go around, and pretty happy overall, generally. There was a couple little things that I'd like to bring to the of the commission, and one of them is, of course, the TCA Section 2-71048. I'm sorry, C, specifically poll watchers during all proceedings at the polling place governed by the chapter. We all know that. And they watch and inspect performance in and around the polling place of all under this title. So I mentioned the fact that I went to bank at 11:52 and was met by the polling officer by the name of Linda. And very nice lady, you know, and she's very overwhelmed. I mean, it was a record turnout, so I could see that. But the problem is she relegated the poll watchers to like a chair across the room. So imagine I need to watch here where registration's going on, where people are using ID, they're coming in from out of state, they're moving, whatever, just to watch the process, right? No, you can't watch from here. You need to go over to those chairs across the room, maybe close to that door. And what made matters worse is here's some of the voting modules where people sit down and vote. So that even obstructed further. So this isolated thing, this also happened in our Elmo location. Bipartisan. It was happening to both parties, by the way. This wasn't like on one team or another. It didn't matter. So, you know, it's not about that. There's a partisan. I'm here as a citizen and want to give that feedback to you also, help train or whatnot. But I was met with, was on duty at 337. Same exact problem. The St. Elmo setup is in a, as some of you know, and where registrations go like this over in the corner. Imagine now caddy corner, but in a gymnasium, quadruple the size of this room plus. Go over and bleachers way over there. So I brought attention and says, now Gwendolyn, I need to be able to at least see the registration process. A lot of out-of-state people bringing in IDs. How is that working in here? She said, that's just too bad. Is you need to sit way over yonder, which again, and I met with Emily. She was a poll watcher for the Democrat Party. There was nothing that you could watch. So I had, Gwendolyn contact somebody here by Tammy who claimed to be a deputy register. 3:37 p.m. Tammy confirmed to Gwen, send them over to the bleachers. So I just wanted to pay attention because, as you all know, as a poll watcher, to verify integrity of what's going on, so we can report back all is fine, it's looking good. But if we're relegated to an area where we just poll watch, then we're being interfered with. And so, anyhow, overall, what I saw was really good. We saw some malfunctions. They beeped multiple times. I have all the logs on all that if anybody's interested. Times that I went, but it looked like they corrected and went through whatever. Shutdown process was a little bit tricky. The place I was at, some trouble there. So maybe some training on the process, and maybe a little more on that for the operators of the machines. Overall, very good election. I'd like to see the poll watchers be a little more on the next time.
Does anyone else have anything before the commission? About this train, how we have people sitting there, what's our procedure and policy and how do we do that?
Our typical poll watchers is 10 feet away from the voter just for privacy reasons. And for example, for early voting here, we had our check-in tables there behind you. The poll watchers sat right there. So they were able to view, for the most part, the process. To come back behind the screen because there's identifying information on the screen and stuff. But 10 feet is kind of the rule that we teach our poll officials to give them privacy to feel comfortable casting their vote. So definitely sounds like it's in some of these instances. So we'll make sure we, there's that.
Their motivation was good, but it still wasn't. That purpose of we were wanting to ensure that our voters feel, our poll watchers feel that they're welcome also.
Right.
So
It's a balance between giving the poll, the space they need and also the voters to where they feel get infringed upon. So that's why we kind of do the 10-foot rule. It's kind of other closer than that, voters complain a lot of why this person looks or something. So we've kind of stuck with that rule.
So we can do something in our voter training to make sure that they understand the 10-foot so that they know everything.
Absolutely.
That'll take care of the issue.
Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
And above all, I appreciate how he presented it. It was very appropriate, how your attitude and everything was just perfect.
Okay, well, anybody else have anything else? If there's nothing else, The commission will entertain before we do that, let me just say, the, notwithstanding what we just heard about, your staff and the election commission, employees did a wonderful job. We had about 1,000 people that you called up for election day.
We had 1,400
people to do anything in one day, and us not have this problem is outstanding. I can tell you on behalf, because the all feel the same way. You guys do a great job. Yeah, you make our job as commissioners very easy. We get to take credit for something we had very little, if anything, and it's not. You guys do a great job. Your leadership. I've been in the election commission for over 25 years now, and the staff, from the facilities to the culture within the election commission, regardless of party, it is just better than it's ever been. I think Hamilton County to have you guys here in the leadership role. I can't say it enough. If it wouldn't be unethical, I'd hire you to work at my office. And Rob, all of you, because y'all do a great, wonderful job. The county, state of Tennessee is very lucky to have you. And please, this commission's regards to all the employees. Again, if any of the other commissioners would like.
Michael, I was at a seminar yesterday with Trey Hargett was bragging. I mean, like this gentleman says, we're all we want to get feedback. Thank you, sir, for what you do and standing up today. But like you said, I mean, this is I think to pull off, and Trey Hargett was bragging about Hamilton County.
Yeah,
Our Secretary of State.
y'all do a wonderful job. And this was the first election with our new machines, right? First big election.
They held up well for the most part. We had no replacements on election day for the first time in a long time.
It's amazing.
Just organizing 400 people to show up at one day at 100 polling locations, and to do all the things like that in one of the hypersensitive, polarizing of our lifetime, that we only have one issue that, and I went around election day talking to the workers, just thanking them, and, we could do anything for them. And, again, couldn't be happier. You guys do a great job over and over again. And that's the news today. Congratulations to everybody that won. Congratulations to that tied. And congratulations to the people that lost, right? Again, could not be happier. Make sure the staff knows that. Does anybody else have anything? Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry I arrived late.
Okay.
My name is Tanya Miller, and I have one from GOP and from Michelle Renault, and one of the other candidates. I just wanted to add a couple of comments about it. I know I missed speaking, but the reports that I'm hearing about, I haven't compiled a report yet from all the different poll watchers. We had over 20 poll watchers, and thank you to Sherry over here for bearing with me on getting everybody certified and done. And all of his help during the election, he explained a lot of stuff. And then primary as well. I mean, your at the election commission has been great. Becky over there during the absentee ballot press, they did a good job. But what I would like to talk about is the relationship between poll watchers and their importance during the election itself. What we're seeing, what we come in is at the election commission, the staff is pretty good, but out on the ground, those, the election officials, a lot of times have not been very friendly. They're hostile sometimes. They put you in a corner, sit down, shut up, basically. And I know this was a very high-pressure election with so many people coming in. I understand. But we shouldn't be looked at as suspicious. I mean, we're there to get you. We're a transparency for the whole community. They want to know we, the people, are seeing when we're in there watching. So I think that the note needs to go out to the lower workers as well, that, hey, wait a minute, they're part of the process, you know? And the go sit in the corner 10, 15 feet is not meaningful watching. You know, I can't see, somebody from so far away. I can't see when we're set up here and we're cordoned off with you what's going on at that far table over there when I'm absentee ballot watching. Things that I get out onto the report. But overall, it's just the lack of teamwork between us in our role in society as being poll watchers. Thank you, Scott. With you yet still, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
It's been really busy, and I know I wanted to leave you all alone on the election stuff. But anyway, I just want to let you know that. And so that having the poll watchers put so far away puts possibly the election question of what did we see? Well, we couldn't see anything meaningful. You want to make sure that is verifiable, right?
Right.
So if you want us to come out and poll, serve that need for society, then it should be meaningful. And it's not in the cost to be 10 feet, 15, 20, 30 feet away. So I don't know, but maybe you can talk about that, how you can do that so that we can still be able to move around and be able to see according to the code.
We'll get, thank you, we'll get with Mark Gold and others and get a specific and a best practice of how we set that up. You can get him to speak, and one of the things is we've used, Scott, that we use 10 feet rule, right? But like in St. Elmo, at the other end of the gym, that's not what we want. We need to come and train everybody. You can't be close enough to see how someone's voting, and you're not going to be able to see their ID.
Right.
But you're going to have to trust the process that they had and that someone did that. So we just need to figure out how we can get it, because we can't have an arbitrary standard various poll sites. We need to have one, even it's like the 100-foot border on the outside where you can't put political signs within 100 the entrance. Maybe we can get the legislature as something that both everybody can agree with, that you have. I don't know what the rules are about whether somebody can roam around and do that. I don't think that will work, but we'll figure that out. We've got a few months or a few years to do that. Much we appreciate your input in that.
Right. I think my bigger concern, upset about this is the whole the election officials themselves recognizing the poll watcher and what we're supposed to be doing there. I think they're out to get them, and it's not that I'm out to get you. I mean, I'm telling you the crew.
Yeah, we agree 100%.
But out on the grounds, my poll watchers, they're like, this person was actually hostile to us. They were just angry and that we were there. And it was just.
Yeah, I went to Signal Mountain precinct there. I forget which one it was. Signal Presbyterian. The deal there was Michelle voters and whoever she was against was Linda. Miss Lennon. They had signs and they were playing a game of, I'm going to put a sign, then I'm going to put my sign in front of your sign, put a double sign, and then I'm going to move and I'm going to stand in front of the sign, stuff like that. And it is a highly charged, and everybody works very hard with that we have such great candidates and people running. But again, prior to you getting here, I agree, and I believe everything you say. We have to figure out how we're gonna go from 0 to 1,400 people working in one, and everybody is in a hyper-competitive environment, and they're not afraid of Republicans, they're not afraid of Democrats, they're afraid of everybody, because all they do is, and they don't probably understand that same thing, fair election also, everybody plays a role, and they're looking at it just from their standpoint, that they don't want a Democrat too close. So we just need to work, to your point, and do better and have people come to the poll watchers training from each party and lets them know we're all entitled to be there. We all want to, but we just don't trust each other, so we need to watch each other, right? And that's fine. And plus with the partisan rhetoric, or whatever you call it, of not trusting everybody for the past 8-10 years, things have changed. Hopefully we can work together to do that. But you bring very valid, and we think voters do a favor when they tell us of a problem, because that means you believe we address it and take care of it. The last thing we want is you not to like and think we don't care what you say, we're not going to do anything anyway. So you've given us this opportunity. We will take it. We will work with you, follow up with you, because you cared enough to take your time and come and tell us. That means you believe we will listen to you, and hopefully, and I promise you we will. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like my election?
I would like Scott to get y'all to me.
I'll do that for you, Scott. Just give me a little time.
Sure.
So sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you. I'm sorry, man. It was close. No, come on, step up like this, man.
Well, my apologies, put my name on the list to speak, but I was a poll watcher during early voting, and also during election day. And while I did observe some of the things that the people have talked about being put far away from being able to observe, I was also put in, my biggest concern, I think, is a couple of places that were very small. One in particular, where I went on election day, there were 2 precincts there that were combined, and these were like this. I mean, I was there early, so in the morning, sort of chaotic. I mean, the people who were working were doing a good job, very hard, but they were in a very small space. The other thing I observed, 2 polling places, was a problem with where there were issues. Where somebody came in, but they were in the wrong, because the district did. Yeah. There were a lot of issues about, are you in the right place, on the roll? They would call the election commission, yes, they can vote. There were a lot on the inactive list who claimed to have voted in the primary. So I don't know what was going on, but to me, at least 2 polling places where there was a long line, and long for a problem table to be 10 people in line, because it takes a long time to do a provisional ballot. I mean, I saw one person who was an hour doing a provisional ballot. I saw one woman who left. It took her so long to get through the line. So those are my concerns. The league is preparing summaries of what was observed in Hamilton County, and I will present that to Scott when we get it. But I will say, for the most part, I felt really good about what was going on. I thought we're working, that I met were very professional. Some of them weren't as friendly. But most of them, if I had a question and walked over and asked the officer of elections, what happened with that person? They would answer my question.
Yeah. They would not?
Okay. They would. So I didn't feel that I was denied, other than, maybe I was kind of far away. I couldn't look over. But I just wanted to make that clear from a legal perspective.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So,
Motion made, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank y'all for coming. I found that the people that
that's the way it works.
So, yeah, you're right about that.
Really?